Good morning, friends. I am putting this message together sort of out of desperation because of the lack of time I am having to do all these projects I have started. When I first started writing about 20 years ago, I never realized how many doors of opportunity were going to open up. Some of them I never planned on, and I never realized at the time where a writing ministry would lead me. But as you know, and as you have seen, these last few years especially, that I have become extremely busy and not having sufficient time to work and prepare for doing all these things. Now, it's not that I'm slowing down or getting lazy. Interesting enough, my days usually begin around 4 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes they end at 1 o'clock the next morning. And it's not unusual for me to work these times. During the day, there are certain things I need to do, like take care of my puppy, shovel snow, mow grass. Uh, but lately, my wife has been somewhat incapacitated in things that she is unable to do, or she is able to do. And so she needs my help. Like this morning, I went and did some of her wash for her, and she's having trouble getting around physically, and she's the only one in our family now that drives, and that's getting to be difficult as well. So we're finding out that old age is beginning to place limitations on us that we did not plan to happen. As for me, it seems like I am in almost perfect health. I need to exercise every day in order to keep my limbs from hurting, and it's a necessity. I take my dog out every day for longer walks, so that gives me some exercise as well. So, in order to be able to help my wife out, I need to have more time to do that. And so it takes away from other things that I spend my time on. But I'm not putting this message together to gain some type of sympathy. I can understand full well why God never allowed me to pastor a church again. I'm actually doing that right now through my ministry, my writing ministry. But I didn't plan for this to happen. It seems like I'm always getting messages from some people that they want to help me to enhance my ministry, but it's not at any cost to them, but a great deal of expense to me, if you know what I mean. They all want to help out, but their services come with expenses that come out of my pocket. I'm still living on a retired income, and though it is substantial to take care of our needs, it's not adequate to pay all these people to do what I can do myself. So, in order to do all these things, I need more time. And that means that instead of putting out messages on a weekly basis, I might have to put them out on a monthly basis. Now, I haven't decided yet which of these ministries need to be given less attention. My preparation is still necessary. For instance, I am trying to complete my book on Isaiah, and I'm working on the second volume. And Isaiah is a very extremely difficult book to work on, and it takes a lot of thought on my part. So instead of being able to go great guns, I've only been able to do 6 chapters in my second volume. Even if I spent one day a week on these, it seems like it's not enough if I'm going to get things done in a certain period of time. So I can't put a time limit on myself to get these things done because there are too many other activities going on that require my time as well. As I mentioned, I'm 87 years old. I'm in good health, and I've been able to maintain some of these things. I conduct a ministry on 12 different groups, and some of them are similar messages, but they're just different groups that I conduct them on. But they still require my attention and faithfulness. And so I'm finding out that in order to accomplish all the things that I need to accomplish, I need more time. And I really don't know how to find it. As you can see, my time schedule is quite full up right now. So what I'm trying to say is my messages may come a little less frequent from now on. It's not because I'm slowing down. It means that I need to have time to do all of them. And I think they are all important. So it means that my writings will be less frequent. But they will not be lacking in quality or effort or time. It's just I need to space them out a little bit more in order to get them all done. There's one project I'm working on. I find it necessary to write another book on Revelation, but I could probably train someone else to help me on that, but that requires some time and experience on their part. In other words, I need I have some messages I am doing as YouTube messages that I need to put into written form because I want to do another book on the 7 churches in Revelation, which I never did before. I am preaching on them, but I don't have them in written form. So I found a way to get my audio messages to be put into writing forms. But that means that if I'm going to make a book out of these messages, a lot of work is required to put them into written form. They're on audios with a lot of flaws and hems and haws, and it goes on when you speak extemporaneously. So in order to put this into a book, I need to have time to read them carefully, and to put them into a written form so I can make a book out of them. And I can do that myself. But then again, when do I have time to do it? So I'm in a quandary of having enough time to do all the things that I need to do. And then you're probably asking, well, why don't you stop doing them? That's, I don't know how to answer that question. And I don't really know if I want to stop doing them. They're exciting. They give me an outlet to put into some type of form all these things that God is teaching me in my own meditations. So I find all my meditations, in order for them to benefit anyone else, I must put them into some type of written or audio form. I can't just have meditations and let them pass off into the air and no one ever gets any benefit from them at all. I don't think God intends for us to do things that way. And so it's important that in the time and lifetime that I have left, that I put something down in case there's someone interested in trying to discover this. So, what am I saying? I'm saying if you don't receive things as regularly as you have been, realize that the spirit is willing, but the flesh indeed isn't capable of doing everything the mind suggests or doors that open. So I need to prioritize. God is still faithful. He still gives me the messages. I meditate on the scriptures both morning and evening before I go to bed at night, before I get up in the morning. My mind is going into the scriptures. I started a brand new ministry of trying to reach the people on the street where I live. So I've started my own first missionary journey by visiting all the people in my neighborhood, finding out what their names are. In a sense, what I'm doing is I'm plowing the ground by making contact with them, and I'm giving them a copy of my book on discovering the secret of a happy life. And the books are being received. I know a lot of people like these, and I'm putting portions of them on uh, on my groups. So they won't read my books, but they're reading these articles. And so the message is getting out. And I don't know to what extent and how much the Holy Spirit is working on these. But I have taken the effort to plow the ground. And sometimes in plowing the ground and making contacts with people, a door comes open for me to share a word. And by giving them free copies of my books, there's always a chance that they might read some of it. Everyone wants to have a happy life. So I tell them, as I visit with them, that I'm praying for them every day. I'm praying for their safety. I'm praying for their health. And I'm praying for their happiness. Now, those are general terms, but they're things that everybody needs. And perhaps maybe somebody might have a close accident, and they'll remember, oh, Henry has been praying for my safety. Maybe God spared my life today. So we never know what's going to happen through all of these, but I've made an effort. It's a step of faith on my part, and I'm responsible to follow up on the things that I promise. So I'm a man with many ideas and many opportunities, but there's only one of me. And if I get people who could help, I would probably welcome them, but I'm unable to compensate them financially because I don't have any money myself. So I have all these people that want to help me, but it's only $300, they said. Well, to me, $300 is just like a million. If you don't have it, it doesn't make any difference. I told the people that want to help me so bad, I said, well, why don't you do it for free? And if all these people are going to buy my books because of your services, I promise you, I'll give you all the royalties that I receive from those books that they purchase. But no one seems to take me up on that one. So it's a it's a strange matter. So I find this message necessary, kind of folksy, down to earth. But I want you to know what's happening here. My time is being infringed upon by circumstances I did not plan to happen. And so that means because of this, I need to space my timing out in longer periods. Instead of doing things once a week, maybe I have to do them every 2 weeks. So everything I'm doing, I'm still doing, but I'm doing more with less. What I mean by with less, I mean is having less time to spend on all of them. The demand is great, but the resources are few. So to keep myself sharp, I've been spending a lot of time reading books from my library, and I found it really helpful for my own personal input. So you say, what a strange person this is. But I just want you to know that things may have to slow down a little bit. So if you don't receive them as frequently as you have been, there's a reason. And I hope that maybe I've been able to explain to you why. Well, I guess I talked long enough here, and I hope that maybe this message reaches all of you. If there's any that want to help me, I welcome the help, but I don't have any money to pay you. So that means to be free on your part, and I think that's not right for me to infringe on my friends to make them do this kind of things. That's all right for me, but I don't think it's fair to expect that from anybody else. So with that, I'll close and I'll send this message and hopefully it will do something. I don't know what, but that it will just inform you as to why things might be slowing down a little bit. We'll see you later. I'll get things done as fast as I can and as frequently as I can. So we'll see you for now.